Hello there. Good evening. Good evening, Charminar. Oh, it's good to see you. Yeah, I'm more or less in frame there. Let's move the camera just a touch. There we go. Et voila. Good evening, Omni Revan. Good evening. Actually, I suppose it's technically night, isn't it? Good night. It's interesting how greetings indeed. It's interesting, isn't it, how oh, desktop audio is dead. Oh, I heard that, but you didn't. Oh, that's because we are still in the lobby. I heard that though. Thank you. Anyway, it's interesting to me that are you watching on your VR headset? That's really good. That's really cool. It's interesting to me how in English good night sounds like goodbye, whereas in Welsh you can say nostar, and it sounds a bit more like good, a bit like saying good day, but good night. Anyway, enough of that. Let's take a look at control. Let us begin the game in earnest. I've tried a slightly different microphone position this evening. I'm hoping that it will mean my voice is nice and crisp. You get less fan noise from the PC, and you might get a little bit more button noise from my controller. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Just looking at.
Greetings, sire.
There we go.
Your stronghold awaits you.
There we go. Nostar, probably spelled wrong. That is exactly how you spell it, actually. Makes me think of nostalgia. Yeah, well, there are worse associations to be had, actually. It's similar in Cornish. Well, Cornish and Welsh are very closely related languages. There's a town in Cornwall, which is spelled. It's essentially Tref Newydd, but it's which means new town. Tref Newydd, new town, but it's spelled as if an English speaker is attempting to spell Welsh. It's very interesting. So Cornish is sort of, in terms of its spelling, is Welsh that's been run through an English ear, as it were. Anyway, I did threshold. Continue towards Black Rock Processing. Maintenance Atlas Chamber. Okay. Maintenance Sector. Atlas Chamber. And my understanding is that friends of mine who went on holiday to, for example, to Breton, get along as well, as you say. So yeah, so Cornish speakers can do well in Wales. Welsh speakers can definitely get by in Cornwall, but also the same goes for Brittany as well. There's quite a the Breton language in Brittany. There's quite a lot of crossover, linguistically speaking. But that is so-called P Celtic. Whereas Q Celtic would be Irish, Manx, I think, and then later on Scottish Gaelic as well. So Gaelic as in Irish. No, I'm not suggesting that Cornish is anglicised Welsh. I'm suggesting that the spellings look like they have been. It's Welsh that's been run through an English. Intermediary, as it were, and that'll be place names, that'll be road signs, that kind of thing. I know you're slightly taking the mick there, but I just want to be absolutely clear. No, I am not saying that Cornish is anglicised Welsh. No, definitely not. It's like you're at the cinema. That's really cool. That's really cool. So can you sort of move your head around and look, essentially, like around the space, or is it more as though the screen is in front of you? You're able to move your head around the room as if, well, like watching a movie in the cinema, I guess. Yeah. Ah, let's work hard. His life in your hands. Everyone's safety depends on you. Crikey. No pressure. No pressure. Like. Continue towards Black Rock. Oh, of course, the Black Rock is what we were. I don't remember my map now. Right, so we are. Are we heading the right way? So we're meant to be heading. Oh, keep on forgetting that that isn't paused. I'm heading this way. Black Rock processing. Oh, that's so mean. I can say, oh, whoa, whoa, no, 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 no. I need to. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at look at those liquidy particles. That's quite cool. Watch Windows so I can see the space when I first look into VR. Full screen, it's like a huge screen. That's really cool. That's really cool. If I was to consider a VR solution, it would probably be the Quest. I think that looks like the most accessible version of VR for my capabilities. So I don't think it would be the highest resolution, but it would be tolerable. Oh yeah, rah, 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 rah. Bar weep grana weep ninny bon. That's not Welsh. That is Rekgar from is it the Junk Planet in a Transformers movie? Daddy be stupid. It's okay. Daddy be stupid. Field training, Black Rock processing. I really like, presumably outside the context of a stream. Playing this game and coming back to it bit by bit over time. I really want to get to the point where I'm sort of familiar with the building. It's going to be really cool to kind of know where things are ish, and have that sense of familiarity. I want it to feel like you are in your workspace, Can we not switch shoulder view on the camera? No, I guess not. Ah, grenade! Granada! Quest 2 has no cables, but can be plugged into a computer. And does plugging into a computer have advantages in terms of battery life and speed, sort of processing speed? Is it quicker when plugged in, but can be used without cables as well? Tennyson report warning. What's that got to say? Round button. Collectibles. Federal Bureau of Control. Listen, Trench. No, say listen. I added an unnecessary bit of ominous there. Listen, Trench is on the warpath about this Tennyson report thing. He wants to know who wrote it. He wants to know yesterday. Whoever did this is gonna get crucified. I don't know if it was one of you guys, and I don't want to know. I'm not super keen on leading a witch hunt, so tell everyone in the sector to keep their heads down. Best not be. on anyone's radar right now, you know? I tell ya, not even counting all the weird shit we deal with, this place can be downright hostile. A hostile work environment sometimes. Okay. I keep on forgetting that I can zoom in. Honestly. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, and Star Wars Squadrons must take an awful lot of processing power because, you know, it's the 3D space that you're flying around in, and also being able to look around inside that cockpit as well as you're going. Oh, good evening, Meryl. Good evening. Oh, nice. The metal detector goes off. That was shame. Black rock processing. What have they got in there? King Kong? Oh, wow. This is very ominous, isn't it? It's almost surreal. Well, what do I do? I don't know. Is it like a... no, it's not an Indiana Jones thing. It's not a test of faith. I don't think. Or is it? This feels really familiar, oddly enough. What the heck is going on? Do I just walk off the end? Go check my map. Yeah, I mean that I need to get over there, but how? It's got to do it. Let's give it a go. No. You know, it could only be more amusing if she did that sort of kind of thing that Link does in Breath of the Wild when you go flying off into an endless pit in one of the puzzle shrines. That would be kind of amusing. There must be a mod that someone can or could do for this if it was on their to-do list. Hypothesis refuted. Absolutely. You know, you've got me looking out for that now. Hypothesis and theory. Just before I started streaming, Mrs. Soup was watching a video about the so-called Pixar theory, where all of the Pixar movies are in one interconnected continuity, and it holds up really quite well. But I couldn't help but say to her, "But surely it's the Pixar hypothesis." And she was like, "Yes, I guess you're right. Yeah, good point." So we were slightly irritated by that then, by some otherwise good work which had been ruined by the inappropriate use of the word theory. You know, it was despicable, really. Good, my work is done then. Yeah, I can understand that being one of your pet projects, just to go around just reminding people. Is there? That just ruined everything for you. Welcome to my hell. Well, actually, forgive me if I'm wrong here, Smig, but you're in Portugal, aren't you? I think. So, I mean, is there a similar issue in Portuguese with theory and hypothesis, and how people don't use the words interchangeably or incorrectly? How the heck am I meant to go forward, I guess? I'm wondering. Do I rush into midair? Do I just sort of do like a dash thing? Will that get me there? Run and dash! No. No, that did not work. Same exact issue. Okay. Is it Teoria and hypothese? Hypothese? Hmm. Isn't that interesting? Hmm. Well, I suppose both words have been inherited from the same origin, haven't they, in that sense? So they both existed independently of the languages in which we are using them. and therefore people are able to misuse them equally. Ah, you little sniper. What? Ah, you scumbag. Scumbag. That's a game I haven't played in a while. The oh, you Void Bastards, with all the really weird northerners in it, the little aliens. Yeah, come on, you bastard. It was so strange to hear like these sort of Yorkshire, Lancashire kind of accents being chucked at me, and some words that I'm not sure, you know, you're really meant to be saying on stream. We're coming out of that game. Lots of fun though. Alright. See, it's all well and good being able to get through here. I still haven't solved my problem with the with the void. I have very much been enjoying Void Bastards whenever I do. Excuse me, whenever I do get to go back to it. Really sorry about that belch. It's the downside of this microphone. It's just sort of, it's going to pick up everything. Everything. Right. Oh, you think this is for later, do you? It says continue to look towards black rock processing. That's what it's asking me to do. Access corridor. Okay, maybe. Oh no, no! I pressed the wrong button. Oh, you. Oh, oh! I pressed B to leave the menu, and B made me rush off the edge of the platform. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No! Exactly. Oh, no. Exactly. Ugh. That was very annoying. Muchos annoying. Right. Okay. That's fine. See what other... Marshall sends Jesse to Black Rock Processing. Let's go and do the X-ray. X-ray malarkey. Research hypothesis lab. I'll be a good streamer and take the advice I was being given on the last stream. Because the thing is, the map, I keep on forgetting the map isn't paused. The map is up on the D-pad, and I can still move around. I'm sure that's very handy if you're wanting to run, gun, and look at your map. But you know, it's not handy when you keep on pressing B to come out of the blooming map. Anyway, I'll try and calm down. Blah, 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 blah. Hypothesis lab. Where's the hypothesis lab? I think we've seen the hypothesis lab, haven't we? Really? Well, I'm going to the hypothesis lab. Parapsychology. Right, it's going to be down here to the left, I think. To the left, to the left. Is it? Yes. You see, you know, I was saying about wanting to get to know the building. I'm clearly quite far off getting to know the building. Luck and probability. So is that down a level? I guess it's down a level. No, is it up a level? It might be up a level. Or is it, no, it's this way. Hello, brain! No, no! Ah, come on, guys! Oh. Played ahead of it and it's still hard to know where things are. Okay. Okay, I won't stress myself out too much. It's upstairs. Ugh! I don't even need to be here then, do I? Hypothesis lab. No, that's hypnosis lab. Oh, I'm going to the hypnosis lab, which is downstairs. This is on PC with controller. Yes, it is. Yeah, yeah. Notorious Nile. It is indeed. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Oh no, it's one of them. Ah! Oh no. Nice. Oh. More than one of them. Ouch. Ouchie wouchie. Woo. Oh. The bubble, the bubble. Shoot the bubble. Oh yeah, they were. Throwing things at the bubble is better. Do remember that. Good game. Oh, nice. Well, that's other people have definitely been giving it a fair amount of high praise. To the head, to the head. Ouch. Oh, come off it. Oh, another floaty office chair net. So-and-so's. Nasties. Not very far along. Oh, okay. Just means I've got, you know, got plenty more to play and to enjoy. Where is he? Ouch! Oh, there you are. Come here, come here. I do love that power. Just die! Interestingly, being inside one building, I'm getting a slight sort of the raid kind of feel. The sort of lockdown, maybe a little bit of dread, that kind of sense of help isn't coming from outside. Try to get all their upgrades for your weapons. Okay. I do believe this mission may well help me in terms of upgrading. Maybe not my weapons per se, but... Oh, hello.
I see it. Another object of power?
Yeah.
They're just standing there, mesmerized by it.
How do we get in? Trying to claim this area, maybe? The video is in the general section. Which is not in here. I can't claim the space there, can I? Oh, I see him. Stop. You missed something in there. Did I? Oh, okay. Go back! X-ray light box. You need to do a puzzle. Oh, okay. Okay. Yellow room. Okay, oh. Followed me. Sorry if I'm being a wee bit dense. Oh. Okay. Okay, right. Okay, there's a printer through here, isn't there? We've got that guy being printed there like that, and then round the corner. Got other things being printed. The one you saw on the wall. Okay. Which looks an awful lot like that. Oh no, the bottom. Don't! You see I did it again? I need to get out of that habit of pressing B to get out of the map. Right, yeah, okay. Yeah. There we go. Yep, that guy there. Yep. So what did that unlock? Did that unlock this door? These sort of mini CT scanners. Ah, it'll unlock this door, okay.
Please state your name for the record. Paul Warren, Astromark, First Class, and you are aware that exposure to the astral plane can result in death, disability, personal injury, corporeal untangling, cognitive collapse, loss of ego, and partial to full dementia? Yeah. I am. And you acknowledge that your use of the astral conduit, aka the
fanfare option needed, yes.
Is purely voluntary. Yes, I do. Perfect. Your suit is good. Okay, you're all set. Open the door for Mr. Warren, please.
Right, so then he went in here. Nice. Sounds like a Facebook job interview. Also, I was looking at the game audio. Is it a bit too loud, or is it okay? I've currently got the audio mixer set to the last interview I was doing, so they offer a good insurance plan. I don't know. They're bound to offer something, aren't they? Healthcare. What do they call it? Dental. Well, then he was immune to Jesse's attacks. Okay. Ah, oh, you scum. Scum. Okay, cool. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Again, it might be partly to do with this week's microphone placement. The mic looks as though it's a little bit, a wee bit louder. Right, where's he gone? All right. Enemies with low health can be seized. Interesting. I do like this marbled kind of gold Damascus steel kind of effect on these levels. Sneaky so and so. Honestly. Oh, okay. Oh, now they're fighting for me. Brilliant. Brilliant. Right, I see. So I need to get seized enemies to take out the golden guy. That makes sense. Come on. I've got my little Sam watching me. He's on the desk at the moment.
Again.
You see, I was hoping people would use that, and it's actually quite motivating to hear Morpheus again. You think that's air you're breathing? Okay, where's one of these seizable fellas? Where are you? Where did he come from? Where are you? Your Halloween videos, the background audio made me think my neighbours were being very loud. And then it just when I paused the video to figure out what they're up to. Listen to the headphones. Get a true atmosphere of the video. Oh, that's cool. I thought you had other tabs open. Again. Right, come on, come on. You belong to me. I belong to nobody. And it's we belong to him, isn't it? So I'm thinking about Transformers movies on my mind this evening for some reason. You got the touch. You got the power. Yes. very good training. It's also really good, it's a good way of building the training into the game, isn't it, to have these sections that are thematic and they are driving the story and the setting of the game, but also they are essentially little tutorial levels. It's a really good, you know, this is the equivalent of in Rage 2 when they have the pods scattered throughout the landscape and you go in and there's this sort of very structured space in which to learn a new skill. In this instance, you just go into this sort of other plane of existence. It's very handy.
Their brains were fried when I took over the object.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear. It's kind of funny the way that that everyone seems to sort of ragdoll a little bit as you interfere with their corpses. That was an unnecessarily grim turn of phrase, Mr. Soup. Why did you say that, Mark? Yes. Oh, interesting. So you stop shooting at the person as I'm trying to claim them as well. That is very useful. So I'm a little bit distracted. I'm going to end up getting killed in this careful. Steps. Oh, don't make me floaty people. Thank you. Floaty McGee. Oh, that's really cool. I know I killed them. I killed them with my other realm expedition. Oh, hello. Can I climb this? Ah, I can sort of tap dance on the bottom though. Come on, my baby. Come on, my honey. Come on, my ragtime gal. How can I get up? Can I grab that thing? No, I can't grab that thing. How do I get up there? To jump up the ladder, do I? Oh, okay, you can sort of jump. You can't climb, but you can jump. Precognitive powers. Collectibles. See, you press B to leave that menu, don't you? This sniper, no. No. Yeah, we've read that. Case files? No, that's not what we're after. Is it in precog? Unofficial dead letters. There we go. Nadine! Send this to research for analysis regarding my precognitive powers. That's a really weird memo to send, isn't it? Remember, I'll know if you haven't, because I have precognitive powers. Dr. Darling, urgent. Last night I had a dream. In the dream I was given the solution to a staffing problem I'd been presented with just yesterday. The problem is of a confidential nature and must therefore remain unclarified here. But I can assure you that the method through which I received this helpful information was undeniably paranatural. I can only draw the conclusion that that I possess exceptional precognitive abilities, and as such offer my services to the Bureau's research teams. You must utilize my powers for the greater good. Signed, Mr. Francis Bertram. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Okay, well, that's good to know. Yeah, that letter could only be taken seriously in this facility, I think, yeah. Abilities. Melee 2, yep. Astral constructs, weapon forms. Oh, okay. I'm going for that stuff. Can we do anything? No, we still haven't got enough extra slots for our upgrades there. So now I can go back to the Atlas chamber, and this time I won't keep on jumping into the abyss. There you go. I just love the sensation of grabbing. I think the only thing I find a bit odd, and maybe this is a computer game trope thing, is just how comfortable she becomes, the protagonist becomes, with all of these extraordinary powers that she suddenly acquired. And I don't know whether, yeah, the Polaris thing is going to explain some of this, and her background is going to come to light that there's a reason that she's not freaking out about all of this extra stuff and, yeah, becoming the director, etc. But that's odd. I'm finding that just a little bit odd. Where am I going? Maintenance Atlas chamber. See if there is a board countermeasures quest that you can do when you are at the control points. They can often be done as you walk around doing other missions, and they give you ability points. Okay, I shall, at the next control point, I shall take a look at that. Sorry, Maintenance Atlas chamber, yeah, okay. It's also a shame that there's no animation of the lift moving, you know, going up and down during the loading. Luigi's Mansion managed it. You get a slight sort of little clink, or almost as though the lift has just arrived, or the elevator's just arrived, don't you? But Black Rock Processing over here. That's you. Now you will work for me. Ah. I killed him too quickly. Ah, there you are, there you are. Hello, hello, hello. That's very cool. It's a very, very cool ability. So up the stairs. Are we talking about going through here? Aha. Was that someone shooting at me? Oh, it was. Power boxes. Oh. Right, blimey. Okay. Jumpy, 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 jumpy. No, I don't want to grab concrete. Nope, okay. Never mind. I'm guessing that... No, no! have to throw that at the wall. Ah, great. Okay, there's steps, that's good. Now, if I can grab power box. I'm just guessing that they need to be turned on, but maybe not. Oh, don't tell me every single one of these things has to be plugged in. Back down I go. Or not. Let's check that hypothesis, shall we? No, it doesn't have to be plugged in. This is why we check. Oh, this is this thing again. Ocean View Motel and Casino entry point, catalyst light switch. The law of 3 applies once more. And now we are up here as opposed to down there. Very sensible. What's along here as an interest? And there we can drop down into... Is that the space that we were in? That is the space we were in, I think. Down below. Hmm. One. 2. 3. Traverse the Ocean Motel. Oceanside Motel. Ocean View Motel. Washington American Airlines, Sea America, welcome to Montana. Maybe they would let me live in Montana. So that was a weird combination of oh, what's his name? Is it Yasili from The Hunt for Red October, who wants to live in Montana, and Tony Montana. I want my human rights right now. Right. Oh, no. Go in. Janitor. I can't turn off the radio. So I'm guessing when you ring the bell 3 times it does something. Also, interestingly, your powers don't apply in here. You can't zoom around. 2, 3. No? 4. No. That's the way back. Hmm. 1. I heard a door open then, didn't I? Move the radio. Can hang the painting square. I can shift the vase. Oh, is this going to be like a mirror puzzle? Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised if it is just in my head. If there is a board, countermeasures quest. Oh no, sorry, yes. No, I've read that one. Yes, I shall. Always a little puzzle in these rooms. That do something. Oh, open this door. Do I have an inventory? I seem to. I think it was a triangular key. Yes, it was. Or a key with a triangular key ring. What a sad and interesting painting. Oh, that's a painting. Oh, that's where I was. I was there. 2, 3. Continue towards black rock processing. And now we have our way forward. Oh. This building will test you. It will test your very sanity and your ability to fall through the ceiling. I mean, you know, this is a serious set of doors, and then to have the have a sort of a space up there where you have to solve an otherworldly puzzle in order to materialize a bridge. That's really good security. 3 more doors. 3 more doors. I say, Frodo, what's worse than 1 more door? 3 more doors.
Okay, we need to find a way to Blackrock processing. That's where Marshall said we'd find a prism.
Blackrock processing. Atlas theory. Ooh. The Atlas is a physical expression created by the oldest house. Its purpose and function are currently unknown. The specific shape and dimensions of the Atlas, see file ATL03-03 for said dimensions, seem to indicate a more explicit purpose than the oldest house's usual walls, floors, or shifts. The Atlas changes its form, but resists observation when doing so. No visual observation has been made during its change, and it only ever occurs between frames when monitored by surveillance cameras. A previous theory was that this change corresponds to house shifts, and that the Atlas is a of the itself. A map, I guess, of the oldest house itself, I don't know. However, the shape changes do not occur at the same time as the building shifts, which makes this theory doubtful. Structurally, the Atlas is made of the same block material as the rest of the oldest house. Further observations will hopefully aid in discovering its purpose. You don't have access if you don't have access to enter that secured room, you can smash the windows and get the chest inside. Ah, that's interesting. 3 more doors. One does not simply walk into Mordor. Never mind 3 of them. Okay. One thing I really like is that the magic in this game is very cool scientific explanations from what I've seen so far. Yeah, well, I'm liking in that sense, it's weird science, isn't it? It's that's the kind of theme of the game so far, and I've very much enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it. Ah, come on. Whispering noise. You will work for me. Oh dear. love smashing through windows. Oh, no, no, no. Desk, desk. Ah. Oh dear. Can I not? No, I can't. There's got to grab that guy. Destruction. So much destruction. I am very impressed with the destructible environments in this game. I continue to be so. One of them. It's one of you, is it? Cleanse the control point. Yeah, so my PC is quite loud because I'm playing this on DirectX 12. And so I'm seeing a little bit of background noise on the mic from that. Hopefully it's not too distracting. Why isn't there no one in these shelters? Did no one take shelter?
Still you.
Yeah, I'm still me.
Medic, what's the damage?
They've each taken a few hits. We need to get them to a surgical station ASAP, but I don't think they're stable enough to move.
Oh yeah? Well, they're gonna have to be, because we are moving out and I am not leaving them behind. Now do what you need to do.
Hello.
Hey, thanks for bringing down that... whatever the fuck that was. But we are barely holding on here, boss. How's the situation outside maintenance?
What do I tell him? The truth is harsh, but these people seem familiar with death. The hiss are everywhere. Most of the Bureau is lost. We need Blackrock Prison to make more HRAs for any survivors in the safe rooms. I'm here to check Darling's Blackrock lab.
So to recap, death, disaster, and imminent destruction. The day at the FBC. But Darling's lab is just past Blackrock processing. I got good news and I got bad news on that front. Good news is, it's right down the hall. Bad news is, a hiss monster has decided to move in, so that's great.
Monster.
That's what the Rangers said. The ones that survived, anyway. But we are just treading water here, and the hiss keep coming. Salvador would know what to do, but apparently he took a security team into the containment sector just before the lockdown happened, and, well, no one's seen him since. But hey, at least we got you, our fearless leader.
Fearless.
They shouldn't rely on me. They don't know me. They don't know how I failed people.
You've done a good job here, Arish, but you should take your people and get to the base and executive. You can regroup there. I'll go deal with this monster. I'm getting kind of used to them.
Aye, aye, Faden. And be sure to put a bullet in that thing for me.
I love the look of their equipment. Sort of, it's almost sort of, I don't know, somewhere between sci-fi and Soviet, isn't it? And that's got that sort of slightly almost handmade kind of look to it, even though it must be mass-produced. I guess it's like a prototype, isn't it? It's like, everything's like a prototype equipment in that sense. It's really cool. Soviet chic, if there is such a thing.
Arish wasn't kidding about that monster. You showed me the HRA when I first got here, and the machine that makes them. Can you help me find a prism?
Oh, Polaris is guiding us. Polaris, guide me.
Shit!
Taken.
They're shattered. What the fuck?
What the heck is that? I don't like it. Where is it? Ow.
Let's hurry up and find Darling's lab.
Oh, oh. A bit more of a health dot.
There are areas in the oldest house where, under the right conditions, when the frequencies match, other dimensions leak in. We call these areas thresholds. The quarry is one of the more stable thresholds in the maintenance sector. That's
They're already showing Christmas stuff on. Oh dear, on BBC
You heard
Elbow.
that too, right?
dimensional matter.
Black rock
It
comes
has
from
the
a
unique
threshold.
property of blocking out a
quarry.
lot of frequencies. A
So
good thing.
the prisms must be there too.
Contained. Think of it as paranatural lead. Our research involves many dangerous things we absolutely need to keep in check. That's what the Black Rock line fire breaks are about. The panopticon container cells.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but I need the code for the quarry elevator.
Oh, Emily. The codes. Black Rock 665. Neighbor of the Beast. Get it? We can do that again.
Interesting.
Darling's key.
665.
This should get us into the quarry.
I'm just, how is Indy coping with the fireworks going off recently? Could this be part of why he's struggling at the moment? Actually, no. One of the, I'm just going to quickly just plug in my my desk fan. It's getting a wee bit warm in here with the with just how hard my computer is working. Actually, no. With the one of the sort of advantages of his aging is that his hearing isn't quite what it used to be. And I'm convinced that sometimes he plays that up. You know, he has selective hearing when it comes to, you know, if he's not quite in the mood for going to bed yet, he'll be like, oh, and will pretend essentially not to have heard you. But he legitimately doesn't seem to be able to hear fireworks anymore, which is great. We still find it quite stressful because sometimes he'll hear it, and then and when he does hear one right next to the house, that will, you know, that will upset him a lot, and so we're a bit concerned about that whenever we're hearing them. But for the most part, he's okay. And actually, what's interesting is that we've got sort of years worth of dealing with him so stressed, you know, in the back of our minds. So he's probably more relaxed these days at this time of year, through to New Year, really. Fireworks are going off all the time. Than we are. But also as well, it's a strange thing in this part of the world where people seem to want to set off fireworks, even in the daylight. They'll set off fireworks just for the bang. And we've had people setting off fireworks literally, you know, just across the road from us in a front garden, where they've exploded on the, you know, they've mislaunched and exploded on the road next to someone's parked car. So yeah, I mean, I do love the Northeast. I love Geordies. I love living here, but sometimes some of the cultural peculiarities when it comes to comes to fireworks locally, can be a wee bit annoying. And hopefully you can't hear that fan too much, but that should just cool things down just a touch. And off we go. So, Black Rock Quarry. So are you
everything here is crazy. Weird, but it feels right. Like how the world should be. I'm
okay.
in an infinite building leading to different dimensions, and I never want to leave. Even with all the horror, I'm happy.
She said she was happy as well when she first got the role.
Sane.
Didn't she?
Or just the right kind of insane.
So there you go. So she is acknowledging just how weird this is. That's good to see. That's good to see from our character. There we go. Thank you very much. Some people do it because you don't want them to. It's become a protest government issue. Yeah. And I so often end up talking about this idea of civil liberties versus civil responsibilities. But anyway. BBC Alba is a really fun channel. They don't speak English at all. So, do I take it then that you're fluent in Scottish Gaelic then, or that you know enough to get by, presumably, if you're watching BBC Alba? It's interesting. There's not a BBC equivalent for the Welsh language. There is S4C or S4C, which is a Welsh language channel. That's I think it's probably an offshoot of Channel 4. I never really looked into when we used to be able to get it. Obviously, when I lived and grew up in Wales, but the BBC doesn't really accommodate the Welsh language with its own channel, unfortunately, which is, thinking about it, a bit annoying actually. I know some we learn Gaelic and Scots in school. Okay, cool. Sorry, it's. I always get this. I always end up overthinking it and getting it wrong. It's Gaelic in Scotland, isn't it? And it's Gaelic. Irish is Gaelic. But that's why I end up calling it Scottish Gaelic, because my father-in-law used to get very annoyed by people getting it wrong. So I ended up just sort of over-accommodating, and then I get myself tied up in knots with it. Delays caused by house shifts do not count towards overtime. It's not our fault the corridor went missing, mister. Quarry. Have I got quarry? So find the quarry. There we go. But yes, I think Gaelic and Gaelic they're examples of the Q Celtic as opposed to P. So an example would be in Welsh, head is pen. In Irish, and I'm guessing in Scottish, there's going to be something like ken for head. And it's the p or k kind of sound difference between the two. Ah! No! Oh, rats. When you jump down into nothing. That's what you get for jumping down into nothing, I guess. Jump into nout. And you got nothing to land on. Wow, my PC really is working hard. Oh! Oh! Okay, fine. It's fine. Oh, there we go. Where am I? Right, okay. Maintenance Black Rock Quarry. Black Rock Processing, okay. Can't even remember which way I'm going. Right, yeah, it's up here through the room where the person was. They've barricaded this door, so it's over there. Through here?
I'm not doing so hot.
You're fine. We'll push through this.
The hiss are the ones doing the pushing, Doc.
Why does the director just stand on a desk and then run off? Ours is not to question the director. Onward. Oh. Oh, I wasn't sure about it. Oh! Oh, that was funny. That was good timing, game. You got me. Like a hellmoth. Hellmouth? No, hellmoth. There's a hellmoth. Come on, where are you? Where are you? There you are. More blue dots on the floor. Got it. Oh, come off it. Oh, you... So-and-sos. Selfishness is the other epidemic running through British society currently. I feel like it's been getting worse over the last decade, but particularly post-COVID lockdown. A lot less consideration for others these days. Just look at the number of people who are not wearing masks. Yeah. Yeah. And again, I can understand why, in so much as we often talk about this, don't we? You know, it's all about the standards that are set by leadership, and it's if people have seen, if getting away with something is a virtue, then people are going to try and get away with everything. Aren't they? And being inconvenienced is not something that anyone really wants to deal with, and you know, even very sensible friends of mine describe mask wearing as a really great inconvenience. You know, and I'm not sure I agree with them. It's not a massive inconvenience. It's uncomfortable. It's not something that you want to do if you don't have to. But guess what? You have to. Or rather, you probably should be. Especially when... So this weekend at the moment, we've got this really weird position where our government is simultaneously saying there is no plan B, while also apparently issuing an internal memo preparing to implement an immediate plan B. That is to say, doing lockdown in all but name, so people don't have to, you know, the government doesn't have to actually pay for it, or, you know, reimburse people's wages, but insisting on working from home if you can, wearing masks in public spaces, etc., etc., etc. They want to have their cake and eat it. They want to flip the coin and call heads and tails at the same time, and be right no matter what. And it's who can blame people for trying to get away with whatever they can get away with in those circumstances? I don't do that, but I can understand why some people do. It's funny, this game, it's very satisfying to play, and I kind of respect that you've got to be just merciless. You know, you've got to just go for it. Go for the kill. Every opportunity. Oh, otherwise they will overwhelm you. It's, I respect it. It earns your respect, this game. It's the bare minimum we can do. It is the bare minimum, it's absolutely the bare minimum.
You're fine.
We'll push through this.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you know, people like... Yeah, I don't want to start ranting, but it's just... It's very annoying. And the fact that on an international... by various international measures, the UK is doing quite badly, and yet we're really buying into this whole narrative of, well, we just got to learn to live with it. Just got to learn to live with it. But at the moment, we're not learning to live with it. We are still dying from it and catching it. It's a fairly en masse. I do love the ability to grab and jump. It's very cool. At least they give you lots of things to chuck in this area. Ah! Yeah, moth. The hell moth is back. I can see. I see ya. I see ya. Ouch! Ouch! Some sort of grenade, or like I've said in the previous live stream, some sort of grenade or the ability to set some sort of trap would be like a mine or something. That'd be an interesting addition to your skill set. Oh, the moth. We do, yeah, exactly, yeah, you can't smoke in pubs, although there are lots of people older than me who still seem to have a nostalgia for the ability to go into a pub and be half choked. The moment Saji Javid went back on holding COVID briefings and said went back to holding it and said we needed to start wearing masks again or lose our freedoms, I suspect another lockdown was imminent. On the same day, Kwasi Kwarteng said there was no plan for another lockdown. Yeah, and he's been quite definitive, wasn't he? Just Tory for there will be another lockdown soon. Yesterday, the Bumbling Boom bonus said the same thing. He did, and yet, so I mean, yeah, there've been three stories today where they've been talking about there being a plan B, there being no plan B, and there being a plan B. This morning, the Chancellor of the Exchequer was on Andrew Marr, I think, saying there's definitely no plan B, and yet there's this internal memo that's been going around where they may implement it tomorrow. I mean, you know, but they always implement these things, and they say on Friday we'll be doing. So even if they did hold a press conference tomorrow, it would be almost a week before they actually did anything. Oh, I see. Yeah. It's with a heavy heart that I must ask you once again to blah 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 blah, so we can save Christmas. What if you don't celebrate Christmas? Well, tough. Black Rock Quarry. I know. Just imagine that. If people wore masks, if they didn't just didn't go around licking each other. If schools maybe had a mask mandate. Sense the size of your brain from here, Smith Games. Been using some big brain thinking. Brain size is proportionate to bear. Oh, beard size to bear size. It's like, well, my bear, and sort of bring a bear in on camera. Oh, actually, my teddy bear is just over there. I could grab him. Brownie the bear. Now that felt good. Switching up my options on the fly. You know, seeing the triple thing and then chucking it. That was good. That was very nice, actually. Very pleasing. Don't lunge off the platform. You are mine. Oh, one of these guys. Floatsons. So what kind of Christmas content is BBC Alba doing then? Are they, is it the Nativity or is it family drama? A pentacoptium. Is that what this room is? Pentacoptium. Had lots of Scottish customers lately. They have commented on how surprised they are at the English attitude to COVID and the lack of masks being worn. It is still a requirement in Scotland, they tell me. When walking around... Oh, is that... Ochtmokti? Probably sounds a bit Geordie, that. People were wearing masks walking around the streets, not just going to shops. Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. When I worked in Jorvik, we used to have we used to be under the mistaken impression that when students were coming around, for example, often, you know, we have lots of students from Asia in various universities across the country, but we'd have obviously York students coming in to the Jorvik Centre, taking advantage of a free pass or something. And then sometimes they'd come in with masks on, and you had this sort of well, I had a colleague who had a very strong sort of like an observation bias, or confirmation bias, where she thought that all the Asian people were wearing masks. They weren't. Not all of them were, of course not, necessarily. But when they were, she was convinced it was because the museum had smells. It had fake smells pumped into it to give you that sort of, you know, four-dimensional experience. But it may well be that actually these were people who were coming through and they had a cold and they didn't want to pass the cold on to other people. That could have been it. It wasn't just about, you know, sense of pollution necessarily. No, I do still play console. Ruth and I are still hoping to do a Resident Evil live stream either in time for Halloween or in November. It may even come on Saturday night, depending on how this week goes. So we'll keep an eye out for that. That'll be on PlayStation 4. There was a soap playing basically a Christmas episode. Ah, I see. Christmas programming all too soon, eh?
Elevator's broken. Gotta get down the old-fashioned way.
In Welsh, Christmas is Nadolig. So Nadolig Llawen is Merry Christmas. I believe it's a not dissimilar word in Irish. Oh, get down here. Yep, then onto the box. Auk tamukti. I'm sorry. I'd have to, if I heard you say it, I could copy you. Oh, no! Don't fall through the gap. Right. Oh, you floaty. Only for the floaty things, don't miss them. And jump. Oh. It's the manly noises. Come for the live stream, stay for the manly noises. Visage on PC if you like horror games. Okay, cool. Well, I think next week I'm planning on giving Outlast a go. So I think that's going to be Halloween week, and then but then again, really between now and Christmas, I mean, let's face it, all year round I like scary games, but but between now and Christmas, you know, November is definitely, I think, an extension of that sort of, you know, the encroaching darkness. So yeah, I shall make a note of that actually when I've killed this thing. Where are you? Oh! Outlast is good. I finished Outlast 2 last month. I remember seeing Angry Joe's review of Outlast 2. It did look quite interesting. Although he seemed to imply that it appeared to be possibly unfinished in terms of narrative, which was intriguing. When I was living in China teaching English, I was told by a student that mask wearing, if you have a cough or cold, was just considered to be the right thing to do for society. An American teacher tutted and muttered socialism when he heard it. What did he expect in a communist country? Well, yeah, but also, like, God damn it, I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed by, you know, terminology like do-gooder, woke, social justice warrior, inverted commas, you know, virtue signaler. All this stuff is, if you, so I know, rant time. 3, 2, 1, rant. What you're saying is it's a bad thing to consider other people's perspectives, and in this instance, other people's health. And yet, those same people try and claim, you know, Jacob Rees-Mogg said, try and claim, you know, Christian ethics and morals, and tie it up with a weird sense of nationalism as well, and duty. You know. What a duty to your fellow citizens, to your friends and family, and even to people that, God forbid, you don't know. Anyway. I mean, muttering socialism because someone's wearing a mask. I mean, goodness sake. I remember hearing a phone call from someone, a Brit living in China, on LBC radio, and he was saying how, yeah, you know, China has its problems. He definitely doesn't feel entirely free, you know, as it were, to be himself and to do what he wants to do in that country, and to, you know, to talk, for example, on the phone freely as he would necessarily want to in some cases. But in conversations about looking after, you know, about travel, for example, he said the difference in attitude, the key one, was that in China, the people around him, the people who he worked with, his friends, they could, within the rules, do certain things. So, for example, travel to another part of the country for work purposes. But they would say, yeah, but is that the right thing to do? Again, for society, they would take a moment and think, is that the right thing to do? Now over here, that's characterized as being an oppressive regime, forcing people to think of others. Like, when patriotism becomes an attack, it becomes toxic. Nothing to do with it. Yeah. First question: why do you think most of the fossils in the fossil records are males? When you say fossil records, do you mean human skeletons? There's a great deal of the, I'm not just talking about burials here, but I'm talking about actual human and hominid fossils. A lot of them are female, actually. Now, if you're talking about burials, there are various reasons as to how and why society chooses to bury certain types of people. Does China build better computer games? No, you can game for a certain period every day. You can't have children game for too long. Just makes me think of the there's a fella a couple of years ago who smashed it. Got his son. That was it. There's a guy in the US, a dad got his son to smash his own Xbox because he hadn't done his homework, and there was a big discussion as to whether or not that was correct. You know, like animal fossils. That I'm not sure. I mean, I could make a general speculation, but I'm sure it would be flawed. So I shall do the right thing and say, without more data, without looking into it, I wouldn't want to guess. Which itself is quite countercultural these days. Ah! Goodness me, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Can I just try and claim one of you? Yep, you will do. Yes I can, yes I can, yes I can. Yes I can, yep. There we go. Hopefully that's not too disappointing an answer though. I mean, a very brief speculation in the context of hominid skeletons, humanoid skeletons, would be that, I mean, it's very similar to the reason that there are fewer children found in the archaeological record, and that is the skeletons of children and sort of homo genus females tends to be slightly more gracile, and then often will be slightly more susceptible to erosion in the ground. But that's a broad characterization, in so much as if the soil is acidic, or if the conditions aren't right for, you know, for one person's bones, they're not likely to be right for most people's bones in that sense. And of course, there's lots of room for so-called non-metric variations. So you can have males who have more gracile skeletons and females who are a bit more heavy set in their bones. So it doesn't necessarily work for all individuals. But yeah, there's that would be my roughest of rough guesses. But without more data, I wouldn't want to be absolutely certain about it. This is one heck of a mining operation. Oh, look at this! The sort of, ooh, is that the roof of the cave? Is that another dimension? Who can say? There's a parent that has deleted his 9-year-old son's Minecraft world with what he described as an impressive island he built, and asked if he was an asshole. Was that on Reddit? Was that the Am I the Asshole Reddit thread? Activate explosives. Ouchie, wouchie, ouch. It's a meme now. I'm sure, actually, upon reflection, the 9-year-old appreciates the meme. I'm sure it doesn't make up for it, but the meme must be close. Ow! Blimey. Right, you. Help me out. You, help me out. Oh, you can only get one type at a time. Oh, okay. I thought you could add to your retinue. Obviously not. Obviously not. Where are we? It's a very, again, I like the way that, you know, all the way back to Richard Scarry's best bumper book ever. I love it when there are systems that you can observe, like the way that this material is being turned into these sort of slabs and then being transported out into the rest of the facility. It's storytelling, it's systems analysis. Nice. Ouch. Of course. This is the area I hate the most. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I shall attempt to be cautious as we proceed. It might even have been one you have done in your previous Halloween series, but I was thinking comparison Halloween and Samhain and how the rituals associated with them are same / differ. Well, actually, one of the first videos I did was the history of Halloween, and it examined some of that stuff, bonfires in particular being an interesting carry on and continuation. And actually, what's really interesting in this country is how we've pulled apart those sort of nighttime fire rituals and turned them into, on the one hand, you know, Halloween is still a thing. All Hallows Eve was continued to be a thing, but then the fire elements really have been pushed into what is essentially a state holiday celebrating the preservation of Parliament, namely Guy Fawkes Night. So the state kind of shifted some elements of Halloween over to November the 5th. Which I find quite interesting, a sort of deconstruction of what the Samhain rituals were, and the use of them to celebrate the state. Also, on the topic of parents getting just desserts for ruining kids' things they love, some children use their bathtub as a Beyblade arena and can ruin the tub. So the parents sold their Beyblade collection on eBay with a scathing letter shaming and explaining the crime they had done. So people got together, put the bids up to tens of thousands of dollars, and cancelled the order 1 second before the act. Oh dear! Just to spite the parent for shaming the children. Kids got to keep their Beyblades. Well, so you can be too harsh. Well, of course you can be too harsh. So that's quite nice, I guess. Quite a nice story. Activate explosive. I'm guessing it's going to be that thing down there. The red thing. I can see baddies. Oh, I can see a power box as well. Are we going to need to plug things in? I'm guessing so. Nope, nope. Let's get my telekinesis back. Oh, grab them. No. What? Ow, ow. No, where's the... Ah, give me the box. There we go. Oh, looks like I've powered up those 3 red screens. Hooray! I know you're on my side. Why are you shooting at me? Oh, there's someone behind me. I guess they didn't promise that they'd be smart drones, did they? Where is he? Where is he? Crying out loud. They're everywhere. Woo. I can see why you don't like this area. explosive so-and-sos. No, 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 no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, no! Uh-huh. Oh no! Well, pranking people who don't give you sweets wasn't really a Samhain thing. It was a it comes from the tradition. I think it's called mumming, from memory, where you would go around singing. So the tradition used to be, even in England, people often think of this as being an Irish and Irish, Welsh, and Scottish thing, but in particular Irish, because some of that tradition went over to the US. Hang on. There we go. They think of it as as being that, but even in England, the tradition was to dress up as religious figures. Oddly enough, so people would get dressed up as bishops and saints and this kind of thing, and then go around offering to pray for the recently deceased in return for so-called soul cakes, I seem to recall. So you get treats in return for prayers.
And there it is, right where you led me.
And songs as well.
The prisms, they mean something to you. I need to get this prism to Marshall before it's too late. HRAs, then Dylan.
And the tradition of oh, not one of these fellas. Oh dear. How on earth do we get out of here? Tradition of carol singing had sort of similar kind of roots in terms of how children behave during these religious festivals at those times of the years. Precisely, exactly, yeah. Yeah, go out wassailing, singing carols for a drink. Or figgy pudding, bring us some figgy pudding. Exactly. And then the tricking bit is a more recent addition. But so the irony is actually some of my more concerned religious friends when it comes to Halloween are actually dismissing what is essentially enough a Christian tradition of getting dressed up and going from house to house. Ah. Nope. Now there is a tradition in a Victorian fella came up with the notion that Samhain was the equivalent of he called it the Celtic New Year, but there's no evidence that actually it was associated with a notion of the New Year. It's definitely an ancient festival, and the idea of the world of the living and the dead coming closer together seems to be what was going on for pre-Roman Iron Age peoples. But the idea that this was the turning of the year doesn't necessarily hold true. Was his name? Was it Sir Jonathan Davis or something? He was a Victorian fellow anyway who made this pronouncement. Speak to Marshall. Where? Can we jump on that to get out of here? No, I guess not. Can we? No, I can't go through there. What? Oh no! One of these things has reached me. How on earth do I get out of here? Any ideas? Got up those stairs there. The way you came. Well, yeah. Okay, there we go. This away. Just confuse them. Do many people? Do you get many people guising at Halloween? We do. In this part of the world, we do. Yeah, quite a few. But also as well, something I find quite pleasing is that we've got a bit of a reputation locally for being welcoming. So we have the definitely heard kids commenting on the spookiness of the house and the fact that they're bound to get some sweets for trick or treating. One of the houses actually on the estate around the corner this year has really gone to town. They've made their front hedge, they covered it in cobwebs and wrapped obviously a fake torso, but hopefully a fake torso and head, as though a spider's caught someone, pulled off his arms and legs, and he's sort of strapped to the hedge in spider's web. That's quite cool. Unfortunately, we haven't quite had the energy. We really wanted to have a really solid Halloween month, and to be fair, we hadn't planned on decorating outside or in the windows really until this week coming. But we had hoped earlier than this to have, there's like a spider we hang on the living room ceiling, and there's a bat on the stairs, this kind of thing. We just haven't quite got around to doing it yet. We've both been fairly tired. But then again, we have reasons. The poor dog has been having a rough time of it. Past couple of weeks. Oh, where's the bubble? Oh, there it is. Ouch. The fact that she feels happy to be the director in this strange place sort of implies that maybe the oldest house is changing her perhaps, or it could be like a destiny thing. Maybe she's just destined to be the new director. Ah. But does she feel comfortable with that, or is she simply being made to do that by me as a cruel player? Blah blah blah. Executive Central Executive. I could have fast travelled from the previous control point, couldn't I? Oh well. Never questioned it afterwards. She hasn't, has she? No. Never gone, why did I do that? I don't understand. How do I jump down? Oh, there we go. It's convenient deformation in the platform there. There was a hidden wall in the Black Rock Quarry that I missed. Oh. Oh, now I feel bad. Is it worth going back for? Okay, well, I'm in fairly good company, but I'm happy to go back. Not really, just a shortcut. Oh. You should have. Yes. You should have said, yeah, definitely go back. Yeah, definitely. And then it would just be, yeah, shortcut. That would have been quite amusing. Yes, please go back. Nope, missed your chance. This facility, man, it's huge. How do we get down from here? Jump on the pipe. Ouch! No, just jump on the concrete. Ah, central maintenance. Oh, this is where we are. Ah, oh. There it is. Hey. Fast travel. 2. There we go. My little secret. Yeah, my computer really is being noisy, isn't it?
I wonder if other species move further along the Hiss residents like houses do.
Faden, you find a prism.
His corrupted organisms vary so wildly. What's the connection?
Ooh. Research records linguistic ability. I shall have a look at that. Summary: researchers were sent analysis of Hiss threat Part 2 confidential. Summary: researchers were sent to transcribe the recursive chant repeated by the Hiss entities. In the interest of safety, this was done with the non-aggressive floating Hiss entities. However, no distinction between this repeating phrase and the one repeated by the more violent Hiss entities has been observed. What is the purpose of this repeating string of words? Is this how the Hiss corrupts individuals? Does the chant produce a physical effect? Is it a message, an incantation? we were able to record a first-hand recitation of the chanting. See the corresponding audio record. Refer to file blah 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 for a full report. Secret,
Hi, Jesse.
personal secret wall.
I keep finding traces of Darling, but still can't find him. Where could he be?
But he's usually in his office in research, or one of his labs. Dr. Darling has quite a few, all around the Bureau. Could be hiding in any one of them. I check myself, but I don't have access to most of them.
Sounds like I touched a nerve. He didn't let you into his labs?
Not all of them, no. Some had volatile material. It's ridiculous. I mean, this whole place is volatile material. Could have at least thought up a more convincing lie. I mean, how can I work without access to all the data possible?
It's a fair point, I suppose. I'm listening to the hotlines. No, I probably should do, shouldn't I? Building shifts.
This place has a bad habit of moving around, huh?
So you notice the building shifts. Did you know that 39% of Bureau accidents are caused by the shifts? It's true. I ran the numbers myself.
So they're dangerous.
Oh, very. Yet one time, a shark got shifted into a meeting room along with over 2,000 gallons of water. It was a tiger shark. Darling's pet research project. I forget what he was researching.
How do people work here?
That's a fair question.
You said you're an assistant?
Oh, it's just a title. I'm a scientist, a researcher. I work for Dr. Darling. See, when Bureau agents go out in the field, the sites of altered world events, we study the materials, the altered items they bring back. It's always something we've never seen before, and studying them requires new instruments, methodologies, sometimes entirely new fields of science.
Emily really loves her job.
See, there's no guidebook for what we do here. Everything that happens at the Bureau, including the science, is without precedent.
Yes.
What exactly is the Ocean View Motel?
That's a bigger question than you might think. You see, I have extreme doubts that the motel is a single place. I mean, look at all the doors inside it. Where do they all go? But we know that one door leads to the oldest house, but how come we can only ever open that one door? Maybe to open a door, you have to have entered through it. So if every door leads to a different dimension, plane, reality, whatever you want to call it, then I believe that the motel is firm proof that parallel universes exist.
Does Darling agree with that?
I haven't told him yet. I'm waiting until I can prove it.
What can you tell me about control points?
They're nexus points of the oldest house's unique energies. Now, I wrote a 30-page proposal hypothesizing that we could siphon energy directly from them. Darling didn't even get through the first page before he turned it down.
Right. And, has anyone ever used them to teleport around?
What? No. What, I mean, you mean physically? No, not that I've ever heard of. Why?
Because that's how they work for me.
Oh.
What? Really? Oh my god.
Interesting.
More tests.
Let's hold off on the tests until later, okay?
The astral plane does, doesn't it? Yeah.
No, it's just, wow. I mean, this blows my control point theories right out of the water. I love it.
Good scientist. She loves it when her hypotheses. She did it again, didn't she? Are disproven.
See you soon.
Be careful out there. See you when you get back.
We don't have the facilities here to analyze hiss?
Had to take a detour into the quarry, but I found plenty. Here.
We will start HRA production immediately. I promised I'd tell you about Dylan once you helped us.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. She knows. 17 years I've waited.
Your brother is here. He was once known as Prime Candidate 6, codenamed P6. We brought him here after the Ordinary event. He was groomed to be the future director. He had talents far beyond any other candidate in the program.
Of course he did. We found you together. We share a bond. Are you with him now?
So you kidnapped him?
We took him in. Your parents vanished along with every other adult in Ordinary. Eventually, his power changed him. There were casualties. He wasn't fit to be the director.
Did you know about this? Is this why you didn't bring me here sooner? Were you keeping me away?
Where is Dylan?
He's kept in the containment sector, in the Panopticon.
My brother... I thought we were the same. What if we are?
I'm going. Now.
I expected as much. I need to go check on something. Something I cannot let the Hiss find. It shouldn't take long, but you must watch the Bureau while I'm gone. And remember, Dylan is dangerous. Do not let him out, Director Faden.
How do I make her stop calling me that? I'm not here for them. Nothing's simple here. These people took my brother, but they've accepted me without question. Are they my enemies or my friends? I need to see Dylan. I need to know. I wish you could tell me what you know, explain things. Just stay with me, okay? I could use a friend right now.
Jesse. Oh. Well, there you go. Wow.
I was moving up, damn it.
New mission, my brother's keeper. Well, unfortunately, folks, I'm going to have to call it a day there. It's almost 1 o'clock, and have things to do tomorrow. What a place to leave things on, though, for today's stream. I'll definitely be returning to this game, although just one more. Although I think, yeah, like I said, I think next week will be next week. Technically, this week, I suppose. Actually, today's Monday now. Will be Outlast, I think. Yeah. What a cliffhanger, though. Yeah, with the brother. Crikey. Approaching 10,000 channel points. I don't know how I want to spend them. Have you considered commands only available to people with channel points? It might be a way to encourage interaction on your stream for visitors, e.g. giving 200 channel points to people when they follow, and then a prompt for them to spend them on a command that announces them. Being a friendly bunch, those of us who are regulars will welcome them and bring them into the conversation. It's a very good point. It's a very good point, actually. And this is where I'm still a bit fuzzy on what I can do as, you know, in my stream. So I've seen things about yeah, things that offer in memberships, I think, etc. You can oh, it doesn't play for us as when we're in the lobby. Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. Shall I go? No, I can't. It's a 5-minute cool off, actually. Unfortunately, sorry about that. Ready for some scares during Outlast? Yeah. Yeah. I'm I'm convinced I'm going to probably scream quite a lot while playing that game. That's fine though. That's fine. But yeah, so just looking at the dashboard here, there've been opportunities to well, too, I'll just go back to the. Do you want to see if it'll work for you now? It might work, might not. What happens if I type it in? No. I'll give it a go. Yeah, no, it is a 5-minute cooldown. Yeah, not yet. Oh, check the hotlines offline. They're good. I shall check the hotlines offline. I shall indeed. But yes, so long story short, there are things I need to learn about what I can do, as you say, what in terms of offers, etc. And that's a very good idea. So I'll look into that and have a think. And what was the recommendation again? Scary game. It was in the chat. I was going to write it down. I can always go back through the chat if needs be. I'll make a note to do that though. Check chat. Game. There we go. Soma. I love it. S-O-M-A. Cool. Excellent. Grand, guys. I guess this week, so I doubt it'll be more than a few. Here for the next few streams. Back at the weekend. Following week, though. Well, you enjoy having your guests, Charminar. Have a good time. Have a lovely week. I'll see you guys next time, probably Tuesday night, to begin Outlast. So you can see me truly screaming, making those excellent noises that I've become infamous for in my terrible speedrun live streams. The manly noises, precisely. Watching Dune on Wednesday. Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I think my first movie back in the cinema is going to be Ghostbusters Afterlife. I think that's probably the one. It's actually going to get me in the door. Will be Ghostbusters Afterlife, I think. But then again, Dune is one of those films a little bit like Blade Runner that deserves to have a full IMAX experience. Yeah. Yes, definitely let us know in the Discord what you think of it, and I'll keep an eye out for that. I've heard only good things though. I've heard it's one of the best possible adaptations that could have been made. You know, this is considering 2 other filmmakers have already tried. So yeah, exciting times. What an age we live in. What an age we live in. Right, guys, I'm going to have to let you go. We can continue these conversations in the Discord. I'll see you on Tuesday. And as ever, thank you for turning up. It's been a great stream. 4D has smelly vision, wind in your face, and vibrating chairs. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. On that note, smelly vision, I'll let you go. Good night, guys. Take care. I'll see you soon.